My dear BCom final year students, this class is about GST in BCom 6th semester, my dear students. Theory and practice of GST, which is a 50 marks paper. GST is a kind of indirect tax which is levied on every value addition which is collected by the seller and remits to the government. GST came into existence from 1/7/2017, my dear students. What is the need means? Here the core concept of GST is one nation, one tax. So this is unit number 1, my dear students. Don't get confused what to be covered in unit number 1. Likewise, whatever is covered in unit number 1 will be repeated in all the units. Okay. Genesis of GST means here the history. Actually, this was proposed by then Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee. There were so many committees for studying the implementation and need of GST, my dear students. Later on, the bill was passed and it was implemented from 1/7/2017. Before that, there were many indirect taxes like VAT is there, central excise, state excise, more central taxes and state taxes, which are all merged under GST. That is called as subsumed taxes, which are subsumed, which means what are the taxes? State taxes, what are the central taxes, which are subsumed under GST regime. And registration. Any trader whose annual threshold limit crosses 40 lakhs in some states and 20 lakhs in another states needed to register under GST, and they have to collect GST and they have to remit to the government. And any e-commerce portal, casual traders, whoever it may be, the threshold limit. And how to register means we have to visit the site www.gst.co.in. There are some documents which are needed, my dear students: PAN card and the digital signature and other business registration documents and bank particulars. These are the documents, simple documents which are required to register under GST. Cancellation means once after we get registered, if our sales is down and we are not in profits and unable to get the turnover of 40 lakhs, then you can ask for a cancellation, or the trader dies, their executors, they can ask for cancellation. There are certain cases. If the GST officer gives any show cause notice and if he cancels, then he has to apply for revocation of GST. Okay, this is a very important topic. And input tax credit means, my dear students, the beauty of GST is if you are paying any taxes at the time of purchasing raw materials, that can be recovered from whatever GST that we collected from the client. For example, if I am purchasing some goods from Mandi and there I am paying 2000 rupees as GST. Now I sold to some other person. There I have collected 2400 from my customers. From whatever 2400 I collected, I have already paid 2000 rupees at the time of purchasing raw material. That I am going to recover. I am going to pay 400 rupees only. There are certain types of GST, my dear students: CGST, Central Goods and Services Tax, SGST, UTGST and IGST. Determination depends on intrastate transaction or interstate transaction, my dear students. Intrastate means within the state. Interstate means the transaction. Buyer belongs to one state, seller belongs to another state. GST returns means the information which is sent by GST registered persons to the GST council or like GST circle office is said to be returns filing. Always we need to file the returns. How many goods that we sold, how much GST that we collected, how much we are going to pay. So GST payment is online payment system. Whoever registered under GST will be open 3 accounts: e-cash register, e-liability register and e-input tax adjustment register. Likewise, if we maintain sufficient cash in e-cash register, whatever GST that we need to pay, that will be deducted. And debit note and credit note are issued at the time of purchases returns and sales returns, my dear students. Don't worry.